Can I have one thing tonight? God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Ernest, your spiritual divine. I'm also unsolved missing divine also. I'm here to give you a little short news on tonight. The first one I'm gonna start with plane crash when it was trying to land. Multiple people killed when two planes were trying to land. Now California Airport Authority, two person was on board and they was attempted to land at Watsonville, building multiple airport. That Watsonville Met Capital Airport, the identified of those killing was not immediately released. So they didn't release the name and everything yet. So there was no injury reported to anyone on the ground because they had people on the ground. So thank God they was not injured. So FF, International Transportation Safety Board, will investigate the crash. Um, there was a horrible plane crash, which were only trying to land. So we don't know. They're investigating right now, so we don't know what was the cause of the plane, both of the plane crashing together. It was two planes crashing together. So we see that we have to pray real hard before we get on a plane for our protection. You have to pray real hard. And I advise anyone to bring a little small Bible with you. Because we have to. It's so much going on at the airport. So we just have to pray. We don't know what the cause, so we just still investigate. For everyone just to pray. Before you get on a plane. That's all I can say. It's a terrible crash. And two people, multiple people was killed. So sorry to hear all of that. But I don't know what else to say. We just have to pray when we get on the plane. Now we're gonna talk about they have good Samaritans, football player at a school. Rome High School is a football player. Thank God they was out there when this shit had happened. So Georgia High School football player, disabled woman that was stuck in a car after a crash. She was in a crash and then her car just got jammed up. She couldn't get out. So the football player did something amazing, being a good Samaritan. You know, so a math teacher, you know, Lewis, he saw a group, a hero team that saved a woman's life. A teacher was doing his duty while he heard a loud noise at the intersection. That appears to be a wreck. Now he did ran to the intersection, and two cars was involved. So a woman who couldn't get out of her car after the crash, she couldn't get out of her car. And he also called. He was the one that called 911, and that was the other players who witnessed the wreck ran to the car to start helping her. When they saw that she could not get out of her car, that's when they ran over there to try to help her while the teacher was dialing 911. So they all was using their strength to pry the door open. So they pulling and pushing all on the door, and the opening, she was able to get out of the car. Now she was shaking, anybody be shaking, and she was panicking. But the high school boys and the teacher was a good Samaritan, and they helped the woman who was stuck in her car, and thank God they was there when it happened, because she probably would have been still in the car waiting on the police to get there. So we talk about the plane crash. She had two planes who were trying to land, and it ran into each other. They ran into each other, trying to land. Sometimes when they're trying to land, even if something get in their way, it's hard for them to try to stop on brakes. It's hard for them to try to stop on brakes. When someone in their way. So they're still investigating. So they don't. We'll hear from them, I guess, soon. You know. And so we also talk about the Good Samaritans of the high school football team that go to Rome High School in Georgia. And they had a teacher. The teacher called 911 when they heard a big loud noise, and so it was at the intersection. But then they saw the woman could not get out of her car, and they ran over there to try to help her. And they did help her. She got out of her car. So that was a good deed they did. So you don't find too many young guys want to help anybody these days. So that was amazing that they took the time to help this woman get out of a car. So good job for them. You know, good job for them. Thank God they was right there to see that woman, to see hear that noise, to help this woman get out of her car. So thank God for them. So that's all the short news I have for you today, and I see y'all in the next video.